Alright, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to go over what to do against knight f3 in the QGD. So, I've tried everything, I would say. I've tried Bogo, I've tried Queen's Indian, and I've tried Banco, or sorry, Benoni. Um, I would say QGD is the easiest, the most solid variation to play, because they've already committed to knight f3 as well, and knight f3 is generally a inferior line to knight c3 in pretty much every variation. So first, let's say they go e3. So e3 is going to be known as the passive sideline. So if they do this, um, just know the bishop is stuck inside. So we're going to go for our passive sideline setup, which kind of goes like this, and bishop d6. Now, if they go knight b5, for example, we just go bishop e7. Or actually, here we can go bishop b4 check. Actually, here we got a bunch of options. But like I was going to say, we go bishop e7, kick it, and then castle, and then we're going to come back. Um, like generally after the bishop moves, we take on c4, but if they're going to go into the passive sideline, we don't do this because we need to control d5, the e4 square. And that's why we want to keep a pawn on d5. So we're just going to go bishop d6, castle, castle, and if they ever try to go e4, so queen e2, they're trying to push e4. The two ways to stop them from going e4 are either knight e4 or you can go c5. c5 is the other option. Because if they push it, then this kind of falls apart in the middle. So that's going to be the plan against the passive sideline. So anytime you see this bishop stuck in the inside or fianchettoed on b2, just know you can kind of go for this setup. Now the next line we'll look at is let's go with bishop f4. So against bishop f4, we're going to get a good, well, we have two options. I think we're going to go with a good hedgehog. Now computer wants to go, yeah, knight d7 and c5 or a6 c5, but I'm really cool with this variation with bishop d6. If we go bishop d6, then we basically just get better versions of everything that we wanted over here. And then we're just going to get a hedgehog, look for the e5 break, rook c8, castle, get a knight to one of these, hop to one of these squares, and life is good. So against knight f3, bishop f4, we can kind of almost guarantee that we get a good position after bishop f4. Now bishop g5, same kind of deal. We're going to go dc. If they try to win it back immediately with queen a4 check, I think a6 c5 is supposed to be really strong here. I mean, either's kind of possible, but just know that this is the general idea, and black is already doing super well here. If they try to hold off on it, we actually keep the pawn with b5. And okay, you have to be a little bit accurate here, but you're going to be up a pawn, and once again, life should be pretty good. Like black is just doing great here. So that's the deal if they let you keep the pawn, and if they try to be aggressive, yeah, same kind of deal. And remember, don't ever worry about e5 because you can always go h6, bishop h4, g5. And these positions, though, I guess a little bit sketchy. Black is doing super well here. So it actually gets a little bit spicy. I already know. You're going to sack this. Bishop d7, trying to trap the queen. And he's got to play super accurate. And his position, you got two bishops in an open position. Say less, say less. So against bishop g5, those are going to be all the lines there. We went over e3. So g3 we're not going to cover in this video because this actually just transposes to what we do in the Catalan. So there's no issues here. And then last but not least, if they go knight c3. So if they go knight c3, the idea that we're going to go for is to go h6. Just take away bishop g5. This is always really annoying. If you take this away, you can kind of play like a normal position. So e3, we're going to go back into our passive sideline. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Can we go b6 here? Yeah, so b6 is not as good because I'm actually not 100% sure. But this is where we go for the. Now here we go b6, but this is where we go for the dc, b5, and all that kind of jazz over there. So bishop f4 is actually what I've played. I played this against Ethan, I think, a couple times. G3 is going to transpose once again, so no sweat there. So bishop f4, we're going to go bishop d6, take, queen takes, and then just play this position. If they go c5, we're going to go queen e7 and go for the e5 break eventually. And if they don't, then we're going to go back to our normal plan of a6, take on c4, and b5. So pretty much in a nutshell, that's going to be all of the QGD in the knight f3 variation. Like we said, it's the slightly inferior variation. If they go bishop g5, bishop f4, we go dc and play against the center. If they go passive, we're going to go b6 and get the two stingers pointing against the king. And if they go knight c3, the key move is h6. And g3 we will cover in the Catalan video. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed this video and liked it. And yeah, so definitely check out the other videos in the QGD. You can learn it really fast, and it's really not that bad or not that hard. So hope you guys are entertained. Peace.